Hey guys, what's up? It's the Electrical Code Coach, and this is episode 1 of the Electricians Have Spoken. So we're taking polls on the Electrical Code Coach YouTube page. You can get involved in the action, and we're asking you all different questions about life, the electrical industry, and all kinds of fun. And then we're going to recap it in these episodes called The Electricians Have Spoken. So let's go ahead and get going. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and this channel is all about helping you win in the code and in life. So please like and subscribe, and let's get to it. What brand electrical panel do you prefer? Now, this is a big one because styles, breakers, all different things, can affect, the bottom line, how much you spend, how easy it is to install, and really just your overall general feel. So the options were Siemens, Square D, GE, and Eaton. So of those four brands, which one would you prefer, and which one do you think was the winner? It may be a shocker to you. So let's go ahead and look at it. Siemens had 22%, Square D had 59%, GE had 3%, and Eaton had 16%. So Square D is our winner, which, I like a Square D panel. In our area, it is probably not the most popular. It's probably a constant battle in between Siemens and Eaton, but we may have a lot of commercial guys or just a lot of people who like the Square D. I'm going to do another poll on whether you like the Square D Homeline or the Square D QO, and that'll kind of tell me a lot of things. But for what brand electrical panel do you prefer? The electricians have spoken, and it is overwhelmingly Square D. All right, guys, so here's a big one. What is your favorite brand of Lyman's pliers? Everyone knows that the Lyman's plier is like the extension of the electrician's hand, okay? And they are our hammer, they are our pry bar, they can be everything that we need. You could even flip your grilled cheese while out on the grill if you wanted to with your Lyman's pliers. We carry them everywhere we go, and it's our absolutely must-have tool, and we have to be in love with the pair of Lyman's pliers. So the four different brands that were in this poll were Greenlee, Klein, Southwire, and Milwaukee. So let's see what the electricians had to say about it. Okay, so Greenlee was a 0%. I've actually used a pair of Greenlees in the past. They were not bad. I still probably have them somewhere in one of my tool bags. Klein was overwhelmingly the winner, Southwire 2%, and Milwaukee 2%. One of the big keys, guys, is and the kind of tell all of this is that if you're out on a job and you ask for someone's Kleins, they do not care what brand Lyman's pliers that you have. They're talking about your Lyman's pliers. It has become the trade name of the Lyman's pliers. So I do want to give a special shout out to Dayglow76 for mentioning in the comments, what about Nipex? That is also another brand. If you are involved in any of these polls and I have forgotten a brand or forgot something, please leave it in the comment. You may get a special shout out if you just want to give a comment supporting the channel, or let me know that you've shared this with other people. If you want to share these polls or like it and you drop it in the comments, you may get a mention. So the electricians have spoken about their favorite pair of Lyman's pliers. All right, guys, so here's a really important one and a really controversial one. When installing receptacles, ground prong up or ground prong down? There are huge fights about this all the time. There have been numerous attempts in the code book to get it to be specifically one way. Which side are you? Are you a ground prong up? Are you a ground prong down? I am not going to mention which side I am. Let's see what the electricians have to say about it. And overwhelmingly, 77%, the electricians say ground prong down. I don't know, guys. You can look at a receptacle. It kind of looks like the ground prong needs to go down. And I've heard different good arguments for both sides. One of them on the ground prong downside is just look at it. If you look at it, the ground prong itself, when you plug a device in, is stabilizing the cord from falling out. Other arguments I've heard on the other side for the ground prong up is if water hits it, it may short faster if the ground's there. Different things. If a kid's carrying a piece of sheet metal, I don't know why a child would be carrying a piece of sheet metal and then dropping out a receptacle, but you never know, it could happen. I do want to give a special shout out to Sherman Miller. He noted that in California that some of the electricians will put the ground prong up on a switched receptacle, which I do not think is a bad idea. How many times have you been in a room troubleshooting or something and it's a switched receptacle? So thank you, Sherman Miller, for giving that comment. But the electricians have spoken, and it's overwhelming. The ground prong should be down. All right, what is your favorite brand of wire strippers? Aside from the Kleins, the wire stripper is probably the number 2 tool for the electrician. I have to have a good pair of wire strippers. I feel naked if I'm using an old clunky pair or a pair that just feels weak in my hands. So of the 4 brands, we had Ideal, Greenlee, Klein, and Southwire. So of those 4, which one would you use? All right, so let's go and let's see what the electricians have said. So 2% went with Ideal, Greenlee was 8%, Klein was overwhelmingly 73%, and Southwire was 4%. I personally am a Greenlee person. If you've never tried a pair of Greenlee Lyman's pliers, they are top notch. Cutting lasts for a long time. They have all different sizes. They have a pair that goes all the way up to, I believe it's 6-stranded, so you can cut 6-stranded right on your wire strippers. It is an awesome pair of wire strippers. I have used Klein and Southwire and Ideal in the past. I guess my second favorite would be Ideal, but the electricians have spoken, and Klein is overwhelmingly the number 1 pair brand of wire strippers. If you would like to get in on these polls, just subscribe to the Electrical Code Coach YouTube channel. You can also check out electricalcodecoach.com. We're going to be bringing you these videos every single week. Every time I got 4, 5, 6 polls, I'll go ahead and make another video. It's hopefully short and fun, and this is episode 1 of The Electricians Have Spoken.